Hello, I'm Vice Elric, and welcome back to the Dragon Quest VIII walkthrough. I think right now this is part 22. Yeah. And in this part, we are going to go back to the Maella Abbey and try to give the ring back. It's a rather boring part, and there's just a lot of plot development and not a lot of action. Alright, this Jargon is going to use the move that I was talking about, where he blinds you and you're not really able to use physical attacks. This is it. Now, if your character draws back like that, that means that they can't hit with physical attacks with great accuracy. I actually got really lucky on that part, because the boomerang hit, and normally the boomerang doesn't hit that often. There is a way around this annoyance, though, and that is to use abilities such as Yangus's Wind Sickle, or I think the hero's sword skills might be able to? I don't know. But Wind Sickles is a really good alternative if you're blinded. Oh, something about Lump Mages I forgot to mention is that they can split in two. Meaning that you have two Lump Mages with half HP each. Which means double the annoyance. And Giant Moths can cast Whoosh, which is a spell that hits all of your party members for moderate damage. And they can heal themselves, if left alone too long. They don't usually heal, but if given the chance, they will. Again, not much else to say for this part. I love this music. I actually just got finished listening to my other narration, and I failed to mention what the Wizard Staff does. The Wizard Staff is an item that, if you put it in your inventory and use it as an item in battle, it automatically casts Frizz without having to use any MP. It's pretty useful for now, but its usefulness wears thin in the later levels. However, it does have a secondary use, which, when combined with certain items in an alchemy pot, you can create more powerful items that will cast better spells. And for this portion, I am just looking for stuff to loot. There's not much aside from that one mini medal. Again, really boring. I waste my time just doing this. I really should have cut this out. Note to self, cut out looting stuff. I actually have a fun time with screwy controls. I didn't mean to try to open that door twice, it was a complete accident. This is where I forget where the abbot's residence is. It's important later in, almost immediately after this portion, and I forget where it was. Hey, this place is confusing, alright? I get lost a lot here. Alright, now you'll want to go down into the prison and into this room, where a cutscene with Angelo and Douchebag.
Well done. You managed to cause another brawl at the Simpleton pub. I hope you're proud of yourself.
News travels fast. What a fine intelligence network.
Such a smartass.
How much more shame do you intend to bring to our abbey? You're like a curse.
That was uncalled
Yes,
for.
a filthy curse. If you hadn't been born, we'd all have been spared a lot of misery.
Hey, that's uncalled for, man.
You're nothing but a petty crook with a pretty face. It sickens me to think we share any common blood.
Dun dun dun.
Enough. Templar Angelo, by order of the captain, you are sentenced to a term of penitence.
That bites.
I'm hereby stripping you of your right to leave the abbey. You do not leave this place. Not for anything. Understood?
I hate you, Dad.
Cross me on this, and I'll see to it that you're expelled from the order. And don't think the abbot will be able to protect you this time.
Hey, leave him out of this. He hasn't even been introduced into the plot yet. You can't do this to a main character. Once that little bit is done, you'll want to go back upstairs to the abbot's residence, talk to the guards, and then go back out. Like I said before, I get lost. That is not the way to the abbot's residence. Whoops. Just turn around and go the other way. That's the way to the abbot's residence. Through the tunnel thingy. These guys won't let you in. The Templars have a habit of being complete douchebags.
You're the people I met at the pub, no? What are you doing here?
What do you mean, what are we doing here? You told us to come. Now you can take back this stupid ring and we'll be on our way.
You'll be holding on to that ring for
ring?
a while.
Of course. I can still play that card. Listen, I've got a favor to ask.
A favor? You're kidding, right? What makes you think we'd want to help you?
Hey, Jessica, don't be a bitch.
Just listen, alright? There's no time
Alright,
to
when
argue.
he first said this, I thought he was
Can't you
lying
feel
because
it?
look at him. He looks like
Can't
he's
you feel
acting.
the sinister
And I
presence
was like,
in the abbey?
oh god, now we're gonna have to humor
I
him,
heard
aren't
that a
we?
jester got into the abbot's residence. I'm convinced he's the source
But
of the
he's,
sinister air.
he's legit.
A jester?
Oh, so they let
I don't know what he's
Dolmagus
planning to
into
do,
the abbot's residence, but they
I'm
don't
sure
let us
Abbot
into it.
Francisco's life is in danger. You've got to help. I need you to get into the abbot's residence and make sure that he's all right. Thank you. I'm in your debt.
You don't really have much of a choice.
Now listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. You may have seen them already, but there are some obstinate idiots guarding the bridge to the abbot's residence.
I thought it was abstinent.
You can't go that way. But if you're prepared
Or
to
is he
go
talking
the
about a
long way
completely
along,
different word? I don't
there
know.
is
My
another way
vocabulary
to get
isn't that great.
you have to leave the abbey as if you were going to Simpleton, but turn immediately left along the river. Just follow the river along, keeping the abbey in view. Keep going along the river, and you'll come to a ruin. It's the old abbey that was used before this.
If you look hard enough
There's an
in
underground
that old
passageway
abbey, you
leading
can
from
find
there
out what
to the
happened
abbot's
to it,
residence.
and it's
I'm
actually a
afraid
pretty
that's the only
interesting
way.
story.
The entrance
I
to
don't
the
go
ruin
through
can be
it, or
opened
at least I
with
don't
the
record me
Templar's ring
going
I
through
gave
it,
you.
but I know what
So
happens,
you just keep
and
holding.
if I have
All right?
nothing else to talk about,
Anyway, there's
then,
no time to lose. It's in your
that's weird.
hands now.
then,
Please help the abbot.
then I'll tell you what happened. Although my information might not be 100% correct, because it's been a long time since I've been there. Alright, well that about wraps it up for this part. I'm Vice Elric, and I will see you next part. Take care.